Pharaoh brings you blessings and good tidings to all his wonderful subjects. I hope that you are doing well. Pharaoh is ready for a bong hit. If you are ready, please join Pharaoh in a nice fat puff. Don't have a lot of videos for you tonight. I have a few. And I will be playing them shortly. But first, a man has got to have priorities, damn it. Oh, and by the way, I figured out what I would dress as for Halloween if I was going to a Halloween party, which I am not. Cannabis always fills Pharaoh's heart with love. Love for Boo Bear. You're my beautiful baby. Hello, darling. You missed our first puff. Maybe, maybe not. Pharaoh brings you blessings and good tidings, love Jackie Cat. Lovely Jackie Cat. Okay, who's ready for some Halloween action? I didn't bring any candies. I should have brought some candies. What the hell am I thinking about? The brownies are all gone. Man, this is totally a sucky Halloween. But I got my Boo Bear. I got my Boo Bear. You're my beautiful baby, Boo Bear. I have videos mostly Halloween oriented, including a video about the costume I would be wearing if I were going to a dress up Halloween party. I figured it out. I know exactly what I would be wearing. I would be having a very good time at that Halloween party. Let's see, what's next? Oh, I have cannabis candies. As the Halloween fear, cannabis fear, goes into overdrive. I don't believe these people scaring people about cannabis. How in the fuck can you possibly be afraid of cannabis? Now, razors and poison in your kids' candy, I could see that as a problem, you know. Roofies or fucking, whatever, pills. Cannabis is not a problem, okay? I'm telling you, sit down with your kid, turn on SpongeBob, eat a pile of candy, order a pizza. It'll be one of the greatest nights you've ever had. Don't act like, oh my God! Because all you're going to do is freak out your kid, who's already wondering what the hell is going on. We gotta go emergency room! God, can you imagine how traumatized you make that kid? And then you know what they do? At the emergency room, they fucking pump her stomach. Oh, that's gonna make it all better. We'll get her stomach all pumped out. That makes so much sense, right? How could any parent do that to their child? I mean, I get it. You're trying to do the right thing. I get it. We have a video about parental hesitancy also, which is really weird. You know, I mean, not that anybody would be hesitant, in my opinion, but I just don't get taking kids out in the middle of a deadly plague, right? I don't get sending. I've already told you this. I don't get sending kids to school in the middle of a deadly plague. And by the way, kids can have fun. They don't have to go. I wouldn't hesitate to let my kids do whatever. I don't think the school thing is a good idea. But whatever else, you want to go play, I mean, not organized sports. I don't really like organized sports either. It kind of gets you this mentality, worker bee, part of the team, part of the hive, I don't like that. So I can't imagine, doing that. Now, it seems like the Halloween trick. See, and this is what it is that I'm talking about. You can't, I would never send my kids to school. I don't have any kids. Let me put that right up front. Disclosure. No kids, no desire for kids. Now, I would never send them to school, especially in the middle of a deadly plague, when you're sitting in a contained classroom, wearing these bullshit cloth masks. I am so tired of hearing people talk about how this bullshit cloth mask is going to protect you. Let me tell you something about a bullshit cloth mask, okay? Every single day, I pick up dog shit, right? I pick up dog shit and I put it in a sealed bag and I wrap it, I put it in a bag and then I wrap it in a very tight knot and then I carry it for a mile or two, whatever. And I can smell that dog shit. No, it's okay. It's okay. There's no dog shit smell. You're my beautiful baby. I can smell the dog shit through a wrapped up plastic bag. If I can smell it, that means particles are getting out. I guarantee a cloth mask, if I can smell it through a plastic bag, there's no way a cloth mask is going to keep it from me smelling it. People will drive by in their cars, right? And I'm telling you, I can smell their perfume from like 40, 50 feet away. And that's where it comes down to this, 6-foot distancing, right? I'm telling you, 40 feet away, I can smell these people's fucking perfume, right? So if you think somehow that you're going to protect yourself with a mask, that being said, I'm not saying to be afraid. I'm saying go live your life. And if they require you to wear a mask, then wear a mask. Don't cause problems. That's not why we're here. But hi Holly, Pharaoh greets you. I can't imagine. I can't imagine. Look at my snake. What's going on? My snake's tongue's all messed up. My snake's forky tongue. My snake's got a forky tongue. I don't know. I can't imagine having kids to start with because of all this kind of thing. Exactly this kind of thing. Is it safe for them? Is it not safe for them? I don't want to think about these things day and night, night and day. That's just not my idea of sensual Disneyland, which I've explained many times, and we'll get back to it some other time. Today is about ghosts and goblins. And who came up with this idea for Halloween? I mean, is this like a winter solstice thing? That all the Wiccans used to dress up as like witches. I don't know. Who came up with this idea? And then it must be the candy companies, right? I know. Let's sell piles of candy. I think. Again, I just can't imagine being afraid of cannabis, like I said, I can imagine being afraid of razor blades, and I could imagine being concerned about cannabis, like if there was cannabis in your kid's bag, come on, let's go through your candy, see what you got. If you saw a bag of cannabis, you go, these are mine. I get these are my favorite. But this idea that if your kid ingests a little bit of cannabis, you'll be like, you're going to make it so bad for your kid. Okay? So realize what you're dealing with. It's an herb. It's a flower. It says right at the beginning of the motherfucking Bible, I give unto thee all seed-bearing plants to use as meat. Use as meat means eat daily. Use as meat means feed your children. It's not that complicated to figure it out. You're just in this whole police state, gotta submit to the police state, bow down to the police state. The police state would never do anything that's not in my best interest. And then you get it up in your head. And if you watch this video, right, I'm gonna play this video for you so I can have a bong hit. If you watch this video, this is the kind of shit that really pisses me off. If you watch this video, what you'll hear at the end is that federal regulators are trying to look into this to figure out how take care of parents' concerns or whatever it says. It says something about federal regulators, right? And to me, what I'm hearing is we got to protect the children, right? So, as I've been saying over and over again, you're not eating enough cannabis, okay? And if you were eating enough cannabis and your kid got a little bit of cannabis from the park or wherever the kid got the cannabis, you wouldn't be like, ah! You'd be like, it's okay, bud, come on, let's go watch some SpongeBob. You know? It's no thing, man. And, God, can you imagine how badly you traumatize a kid by taking them to the emergency room because they had a little tiny bit of cannabis? Now, again, let's get back to federal regulators. Federal regulators are interested in edibles. You're not eating enough cannabis. We're not going to let people eat cannabis because little children might get it. Are you getting this? They don't want you to eat cannabis. The government's full of shit, right? So they don't want you. Everything the government says is a lie. They don't want you to eat cannabis, then it must be good for you, like I keep telling you. So, and anything the government doesn't want to do, just say, fuck you. Stop telling me what to do. I will make up my own goddamn mind in the land of the free. Well, I am ready for a bong hit, huh? So let's go to the hyped up cannabis sphere. Parents be making parents crazy as if they're not already concerned about their kids going out in the dark, wander around streets. All right, so cannabis candy, hyped up paranoia. This is something. Don't hurt your children because the government tells you something's bad. Because the news, it's the government and the news going, oh my God, cannabis candies, right? And again, they're going to say, you can't have this. So you need to learn how to make your own fucking cannabis edibles. I've already shown you on this page numerous times. I will be most happy to do it again. This is important. It's important. And I wouldn't bring it up again and again just to try and make you all a bunch of stoners. I don't really give a fuck how you want to identify. I'm good with however you want to identify. I just know for a fact eating cannabis is one of the healthiest things you can do, and you're not eating enough cannabis. That's all I'm saying. Now, let's get to cannabis candies and Halloween candy for little kids! So I can have a bong hit. Clip number 8. Here we go. Oh, and by the way, the telephone number is right there on the screen. And Pharaoh commands that you call right after this clip. Okay?
And now, are you ready to celebrate all things chocolate? As if you needed an excuse, today is National Chocolate Day. Chocolate is made from roasted and ground cacao pods that can be a liquid, solid, or paste, or on its own, or as a flavoring agent. According to History.com, mankind's love of chocolate stretches back more than 5 millennia. Research suggests when eaten in moderation, chocolate can lower your blood pressure, so you don't have to feel so bad about it. Now to a new FDA warning about a drug that is packaged to look like gummy candy, cookies, and chocolate. ABC's Whit Johnson has more on what parents should look for this Halloween.
This morning, a warning for parents as they get ready for trick-or-treating. Candies and snacks like these, made with a compound that causes a high similar to marijuana called Delta-8 THC, are being shared and eaten by kids, sometimes accidentally, often with serious side effects. Amina Sarir's 2-year-old daughter Maya started to feel ill after eating a snack that ended up in her bag following a visit to the pool. Turns out what she ingested included Delta-8 THC packaged like a children's cereal.
Like, how is that possible? It's cereal. So I just freaked out. And then I just tried to get myself together because it was my daughter's life.
Typically, Delta-8 THC is one of hundreds of natural compounds found in the cannabis plant, and like THC, it can make you feel high. The FDA recently putting out a warning about adverse reactions from Delta-8, like hallucinations and vomiting, writing, Delta-8 THC products have not been evaluated or approved by the FDA for safe use in any context. The National Poison Control Center is receiving 661 exposure cases of Delta-8, 41% of them involving accidental exposure, some in children who ended up in the hospital or even in ICU.
These are chemically unique compounds. We don't know if they cause cancer. We don't know if they cause birth defects. We literally know nothing about these side reaction products.
As of August 2021, 18 states have restricted the sale of Delta-8 in some way.
These are drugs being sold at gas stations and convenience stores, and no one's watching how this drug is being made in labs.
Today, Maya is back to normal, but her mother is urging parents to be vigilant.
Pay attention to the packaging. Pay attention to the directions in the back. Don't just hand out the candy to your children.
A loophole in the 2018 Farm Bill legalized industrial hemp production for things like CBD, but it also allowed for the creation of Delta-8. The FDA says that it's now working with state and federal partners to try to address concerns related to these products. Whit Johnson, ABC News, New York.
Side effects. Side effects of cannabis. Ooh, we'll talk about the side effects of cannabis momentarily. I forgot to put any cannabis on my dab stick. That's a side effect. You know what's really crazy is I keep putting cannabis on the dab stick and then heating up the bong, right? And then get caught up in watching the computer for a minute while I'm letting the bong cool down. And then I go, did I take that bong hit? And I look over and there's cannabis on the dab stick and I didn't take that bong hit. Yay! Let's take a bong hit now. And for some reason I love that. I guess it means that the cannabis is working. I guess that's why I love it. Not because it makes you forget, as it makes you happy when you realize that you still have a dab on your dab stick. You're like, yay! Woohoo! You're my beautiful baby. His peanut butter cookie has not kicked in yet. He's a little pouty at the moment. Why are you so pouty? I think he's mad because we didn't go where he wanted today. He wanted to go out by the busy street. I didn't want to go by the busy street. I don't like the busy street. So we steered away from the busy street, and he's like, I didn't get my extra 20 minutes walk. But his cookie will kick in a minute. He'll be fine. Hour and 25 minutes. Okay, hour and 25 minutes is almost a good... I didn't put any cannabis on the cannabis stick. What is happening over here? I better heat up the bong again. I need someone. How come Pharaoh doesn't have an assistant to heat up the bong and then pass it to Pharaoh and then pass Pharaoh the dab stick with cannabis on it? By the way, the ancient Egyptians loved cannabis. And they were amazing, creative. Like, they were making some shit happen that nobody else on earth was doing at the time. So, you know. It's this thing that's like, it's everywhere. See, the thing about cannabis, right, is it will grow everywhere in almost every climate, right? So there's very few plants like that. This should be number one step. It's edible. You can use it to build your house. You can make clothes out of it. You can fuel your cars on it. This resource has been kept from humankind for over 100 years now. And you know why? 100% because of the U.S. government. 100%. So you want to know about I better put some cannabis on the cannabis stick. We better do that first. Then heat up the bomb. 100% because of you. You want to talk about global warming? The reason that we're in this is because the United States insisted that every country around the world make cannabis illegal. Otherwise, they were not eligible for U.S. aid or United Nations aid. So, country after country fell to this thing where they have to make cannabis illegal. Why? 100% because of the fucking U.S. government. So we look at climate change and all this bullshit. We're gonna fix climate change. They're not gonna fix climate change. They fucking caused climate change. Okay? They did it on purpose. They're not about to fix it. They took away this resource, this incredibly important resource to humans. Again, feed your family with it. It will grow anywhere. Fucking make clothes out of it. It will grow anywhere. Build your home out of it. It will grow anywhere. Medicine that will grow anywhere. This is meant to be part of our daily lives. And this bullshit piece of garbage government that everybody's like, oh, you shouldn't talk about the American government that way. It's because of them that you can do all these things. No, it's not. The American government is fucking garbage. Okay? And it's not because of them that we're allowed to do these things in the land of the free. We're allowed to do what we do in the land of the free because people fought tooth and nail. The reason women are allowed to vote is because they fought and fought and fought. Who did they fight? They fought this piece of shit fucking government. Okay? It's that simple. This government gives you no fucking rights. Okay? It's a lie. 110%. Now, where were we? Right. Put cannabis on the dab stick. It's time, people. Okay, I'm just saying. Anybody that's trying to fool you into, oh yeah, we're going to fix climate change, they're lying. They don't have any intention of fixing climate change. All they're going to do is spend more taxpayer money pretending that they're doing something. Giving it away to fucking corporations like Chevron and Mobil. Shell Oil. All you have to do is legalize cannabis in all forms around the world. Okay? Take a little bit, but we would get off these fossil fuels. Again, is that what the government wants? Is to get off fossil fuels? Or are they just pretending to want to get off fossil fuels? Because it seems to me that there's nothing that they say that is true and honest. And it's unfortunate. That's not how I want it to be. That's not what I want. I want to look at the government and go, God, I'm so glad we have this government. They protect my freedom. They protect my rights. They do not. We have to fight for our freedom every fucking time. And who do we have to fight? The goddamn piece of shit U.S. government. That's who. Don't tell me how great this piece of shit government is. Just let me smoke my weed. And by the way, U.S. government, if you don't like me smoking my weed, why don't you come on down and suck my motherfucking cock? Because here's the deal. I use it as medicine. And I have a very upstanding physician who makes sure that I am allowed to grow cannabis, which we started garden last night, and smoke cannabis. So if the U.S. government doesn't like it, they can lick my motherfucking balls, because I could care less. In fact, that's the way it's been my whole life. I don't care what anybody says about anything. I've been lied to from day one, right? And, you know, I don't blame mom, you know, she's just trying to do the right thing. But I've been lied to and lied to from little tiny early age. And I don't need anyone to tell me what's good, what's bad, what I need to do. Okay, I don't need you to tell me what I need to do. I've been lied to since I was little about what I need to do, about what I should do. And I learned at a very early age. I don't need anybody to tell me what to do. Follow me and do exactly as you see. Where are we going from here? Let's see. We were going to talk about the side effects of cannabis. Now, literally in almost every single show, the side effects of cannabis are discussed. And literally. And there's no negatives, you know? It really fills you with this sense of wonder. You know, like, wow, wow, wow. And I believe that that's the way most of us are meant to go through our lives, right? Is feeling, experiencing the wonder. And I look at people and I see that they don't know the wonder exists. They go past the wonder at 60 miles an hour and have no idea it's even there. And that's kind of sad. So if you can, you should eat more cannabis. I've been thinking about doing a telethon, although I don't know. What do you think about doing a telethon on on Thanksgiving weekend? Does that sound like a good idea? I don't know. I have some things that I could give away, which are very, very nice. It will cost a fuck ton of money to ship them, but they're very nice. And I was thinking we give away these big, beautiful things, and but we have goals that we have to reach. Once we reach this goal, once we reach, I don't know. Does that sound interesting? A telethon on Thanksgiving weekend? I mean, I'm not taking off I'm going to take off Thanksgiving because I like to eat, you know. And Thanksgiving, there's always a lot of food around. And Sam wants me to make a lasagna. So he keeps telling me my lasagna is the best in the world. He loves lasagna. He eats lasagna a couple times a week. He's like, please make a lasagna. So, okay, I got it covered, bud. So I'll be eating turkey and mashed potatoes and lasagna for Thanksgiving. Doesn't that sound good? See, now he got me all hungry. Mashed potatoes. Man, I wish I had some mashed potatoes right now. Let's see. Where shall we go from here, people? Oh, let's talk more about the side effects of cannabis, shall we? If you'd like to call, the number is right there on the screen. 805-669-6397. 805 Mox News. 805-669-6397. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to talk with you. That's what a call-in show is all about. So if you have the time, give it a call. Let's give it a try, shall we?
Sometimes life can be a little overwhelming. Sometimes the weight of the world can be too much to bear. Sometimes you need to stop worrying and take a deep breath. Sometimes you need cannabis. Introducing Brightside, high-quality cannabis delivered right to your door. Brightside offers an extensive menu of strains and products to meet your needs. Choose the experience you want, and we'll send you the dankest herb, the real sticky icky, some top-shelf marijuana. If you like what we send you, keep the whole jar. We'll even include some nugs for you to blaze. As part of Discovery, you'll get to try new strains and products. Side effects may include euphoria, increased appetite, uncontrollable giggles, elevated sensitivity to musical dopeness, and reduced anxiety. Tetrahydrocannabinol may also induce feelings of existential well-being and relentless optimism. With a Brightside subscription, you can get it once a month, once a week, or whenever you want, all at a price you'll like. And yes, this is a real company.
Do you know who I am?
You're the wizard.
Ask your doctor if cannabis is right for you. It probably is. Keep it Brightside.
So you get that? It's relentless optimism. You know, on this show, people call. Well, not tonight, people don't call, apparently. But on the show, people call and they say, I don't know how you can be so optimistic about this stuff. How can you do this? How can you, And you're clearly not eating enough cannabis, people who ask that. So many people, it's so easy to see that you're not eating enough cannabis. I have another story. I'm going to play it in a minute. What is it about? Let me think. It's about COVID safe Halloween, I think. I think it's about COVID safe Halloween. So, and in that they talk about breast implants. Not about the Halloween part, but they talk about breast implants. And we'll get back to it in a minute. Hello, caller.
Hey, Mark.
What's happening?
Hey, not much. Do you know that that I celebrate Halloween since I was a kid?
The what now? I heard the I was a kid part.
That I celebrate Halloween since I was a kid.
Awesome.
Freak at me.
Eh,
Wouldn't.
It's, a lot of people, the LGBTQ community loves Halloween. That's like their New Year's Eve or their Christmas or whatever. In Maui, there's like a large LGBTQ community, and they literally shut down everything and just party. I mean, it's just like an insane party on Halloween in Maui.
How is the gay people has to do with this? All
What?
I'm saying is that I celebrate Halloween since I was a kid.
Well, you're LGBTQ, aren't you?
No?
No? Well, I was just saying, I said lots of people really like Halloween, and then I went on to say the LGBTQ people actually look at it like it's their New Year's Eve, so it's a big deal for a lot of people. I'm glad you enjoy it too, Manny.
Yeah, you just went into the time, basically. One topic to another with no context, no segue. But anyway, yeah, no, I celebrate Halloween since I was a kid, though, because I used to live in the border. So all that American stuff, all that American culture, went into Mexico, Watertown, and I used to go outside to get free candy.
Yeah, good.
Because a lot of people do what is called the costume party. They dress in costumes and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Don't they do that? Don't they do that? Like, isn't there like a Day of the Dead in Mexico or something, and everybody gets dressed up?
It's a tradition, and you still see it in I see it a lot over here in the U.S. because a lot of the people, like the Mexican community in the U.S., they're from Central or South Mexico, and that was from North Mexico.
Those are the dark-skinned ones, huh?
Not necessarily, though. Those are the
I remember you telling me that when somebody walked through your neighborhood and they had the wrong complexion, that you would call the cops on them.
Yeah, because they don't belong there. You can notice right away they don't belong there. You can definitely notice that. That's true. That was true. I'm not sure it's been 15 years, Rox, but back in the day, you can definitely notice that this person doesn't belong there.
Okay.
No, for real.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get it, for real. I understand.
The way they dress.
The darker people shouldn't be in your neighborhood. I understand.
Not necessarily, Marks. It's something on their skin, like their skin complexion, like they don't take care of themselves, or they look poor, or you can tell when they don't belong there.
You look poor. You know, people look at me who don't know me in my neighborhood, which is actually few, and they feel the same way, Manny.
I know. I'm sorry, Marks.
No, it's okay. I don't mind. I think it's funny. Because you know why I think it's funny? Because most of them probably have lived in the neighborhood for less than 5 years, and I've lived here for 20 years. So I find that very humorous.
Oh, because of gentrification. Gentrification, that word that a lot of people hate to hear. The new people, more high-income people move into the poor areas, and they displace the poor people from that area because now the cities.
Yeah.
I listened to before the pandemic.
Yeah. I got another caller, Manny. All right, it's good to hear from you. Have a great Halloween, okay? Hello, caller. Hello, caller.
Who this?
Me?
Fuck! I did not call to talk to you. I called to talk to Craig.
You're shit out of luck.
Man, this sucks.
Life is cruel.
Yeah. Man, what are we talking about?
Halloween, dude. Pharaoh rules Halloween.
Halloween? Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me get your dad. Michael. This is your father, Nosferatu. I'm calling you from Transylvania. Now we talk about the things I want to talk about. I want to talk about your penis.
Yes, you used to be very concerned about, weren't you, Father?
No, seriously.
You were
come
constantly
on.
touching
Let's
my
fucking
penis.
Talk.
Uh-huh.
What are we going to talk about?
What do you want to talk about? My dick, man? Go ahead, talk about my fucking dick. Let's hear it. Bring it on. I like talking about my dick, actually.
Is your dick big and meaty?
Uh-huh.
It is not big and meaty. I did not raise a child to have a tiny cock.
You think way too much about cocks, dude.
You were the one who wanted to talk about the dick.
My dick, not cocks.
It's the same thing, Michael.
Nope.
It's the same thing.
Nope. All right, thanks for calling. Boy, you ever hear the word buzzkill? Fuck. All I want to do is come out here and have a nice conversation about people's complexion. Oh man, I need a fucking bong hit. I am going to heat up my tea and come back and take a bong hit. We already did the cannabis candies. Oh, let's see. I was talking about COVID safe Halloween and breast implants. We'll have to come back to that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and play this video about... Fuck. I need to heat up my tea, and the longest video I have is the one about the cannabis candies. And it's going to take 2 minutes to heat up my tea, and half a minute to get there, and half a minute to get back. So this video is only 3.5 minutes long. I think I can do it. But we've already played it. Too bad. I'm going to play it again because I've been wanting to play this video. I've been holding this video for a couple days.
Republican Congressman Adam Kinzinger will not seek re-election. The Illinois representative has been an outspoken critic.
A local school district could lose funding.
That's really good news too, right? Adam Kinzinger. We've talked about Adam Kinzinger numerous times. He's a horrible, horrible human being. Horrible. He never ever saw a war that he didn't want to vote for. His family, his wife and daughter, wrote a letter about him in which they describe what a horrible, horrible human being and what a giant disappointment he is to their family. And this is a congressman that they're talking about, their dad, their husband. He's a giant disappointment, you know, and a congressman. So Adam Kinzinger is out, which is good, and he's not going to run for re-election. And the reason that he's not going to run for the re-election is because he couldn't win anyways, and he would take a horrible beating about how he's not a real Republican, and that whole letter from his wife and daughter might get involved. Manny?
Hey man, you never let me finish my thought earlier today.
I gotta heat up my tea, Manny. I'll talk to you later, okay? No offense, Manny. I gotta heat up my tea. If I don't have a warm cup of tea, I am not functional. So I'll be right back.
And now, are you ready to celebrate all things chocolate? As if you needed an excuse, today is National Chocolate Day. Chocolate is made from roasted and ground cacao pods that can be a liquid, solid, or paste, or on its own, or as a flavoring agent. According to History.com, mankind's love of chocolate stretches back more than 5 millennia. Research suggests when eaten in moderation, chocolate can lower your blood pressure, so you don't have to feel so bad about it. Now to a new FDA warning about a drug that is packaged to look like gummy candy, cookies, and chocolate. ABC's Whit Johnson has more on what parents should look for this Halloween.
This morning, a warning for parents as they get ready for trick-or-treating. Candies and snacks like these, made with a compound that causes a high similar to marijuana called Delta-8 THC, are being shared and eaten by kids, sometimes accidentally, often with serious side effects. Amina Sarir's 2-year-old daughter Maya started to feel ill after eating a snack that ended up in her bag following a visit to the pool. Turns out what she ingested included Delta-8 THC packaged like a children's cereal.
Like, how is that possible? It's cereal. So I just freaked out. And then I just tried to get myself together because it was my daughter's life.
Typically, Delta-8 THC is one of hundreds of natural compounds found in the cannabis plant, and like THC, it can make you feel high. The FDA recently putting out a warning about adverse reactions from Delta-8, like hallucinations and vomiting, writing, Delta-8 THC products have not been evaluated or approved by the FDA for safe use in any context. The National Poison Control Center is receiving 661 exposure cases of Delta-8, 41% of them involving accidental exposure, some in children who ended up in the hospital or even in ICU.
These are chemically unique compounds. We don't know if they cause cancer. We don't know if they cause birth defects. We literally know nothing about these side reaction products.
As of August 2021, 18 states have restricted the sale of Delta-8 in some way.
These are drugs being sold at gas stations and convenience stores, and no one's watching how this drug is being made in labs.
Today, Maya is back to normal, but her mother is urging parents to be vigilant.
Pay attention to the packaging. Pay attention to the directions in the bag. Don't just hand out the candy to your children.
A loophole in the 2018 Farm Bill legalized industrial hemp production for things like CBD, but it also allowed for the creation of Delta 8. The FDA says that it's now working with state and federal partners to try to address concerns related to these products. Wade Johnson, ABC News, New York.
Now, I have to say that if I was really Pharaoh, I'd be like, tea! And someone would instantly hand me a cup of tea. And I'd be like, ah, tea. Now light my fucking bomb! Hello, caller.
Hey, how you doing?
Fine.
Yeah, just thought I'd call to say hello. I don't know. My name is Brady.
Brady?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Brady. Good to hear from you. Got plans for Halloween?
Now, is that tonight? Tomorrow? When is that?
Sunday. Sunday.
Sunday. I mean, I guess I could go out.
I just wondering. It's cool. Maybe you knew a party or something.
Yeah. I mean, I guess there's bars, Jerky's around here. It's a Jamaican bar. On Wednesdays they have open mic. Maybe I could go there and have a glass of wine or a drink.
I was thinking about, if I was going out to a dress-up Halloween party, that I would just put on a gray suit, and I'd be Andrew Cuomo, and I'd just be like grabbing all the ass I could, and be like, hey, it's a costume, I can't help it, The costume's not complete without me grabbing some boobs, okay? That's the way the costume works.
What's happening with him? Is he getting arrested? Didn't I hear something today that they said they're going to arrest him or something like that?
They're charging him. He's going to have to appear in court. I don't know about being arrested so much, but he has to be appear in front of a judge.
Wow. So yeah, he might get probation, probably a few years. I mean,
it's some kind of a misdemeanor charge. I don't know if there's going to be other charges. I seriously doubt that there is. And basically, this is this slap on the wrist thing, so they can say, "Oh no, we charged him and we did something about it." That's the way I see it.
Yeah. Well, we're getting crazy, huh? I'm in Connecticut too, right next door to New York, But hopefully our governor here is behaving himself. At least he finally got the legalization issue down. It's good we finally got legal marijuana. I guess it could be a few months or within a year. I guess they'll open up recreational shops.
That's in Connecticut or New York?
I'm in Connecticut.
Yeah.
And I guess New York probably be doing it in New Jersey before us, but it's good we.
Did they legalize it in New Jersey? I know it's been a hard road for New Jersey, man. They voted to legalize it like 10 years ago.
I thought they did. I thought. I mean, I know.
No, they did. They did. The governor at fucking Chris Christie, would not allow it. He refused to sign it. The people of that state voted for it 10 years ago.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Chris Christie's an asshole.
It's a giant piece of shit. You know why Trump picked him to be around right at the beginning, and why he picked Pompeo, and why he picked. Why he picks all these fat people to be around him is because every time he lets out a fucking giant stinky fart, he can point at one of those other fucking cows and go, no, it's him over there. I guarantee that's why he keeps those people around. And Chris Christie can't fucking hold a fart for more than 10 seconds.
This is weird. It sounds like you, but I'm watching Fox News. Oh, that's right. I guess I rewound it. I guess I'm like 2 minutes from live. Yeah, 3 minutes from live. So I'm watching you 3 minutes ago. Oh, cool. Oh, okay. Yeah. I like your headdress, your Pharaoh, Egypt, Yeah, cool.
Pharaoh, yeah.
I called a long time ago, a year ago or 2 years ago. So it's good to call. Your dogs are beautiful. I got a couple cats outside. And if you look up Brady Alex on YouTube, today I put up a video with my 2 kitties.
Oh, right on, cool.
And good talking to you, man. A nice guy. I appreciate all your I mean, I love your channel, and I love all the videos. You're very informative. So thank you for helping educate me and stuff like that. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, Brady, I'm just trying to do the right thing. This is what I know how to do. I think people can have an effect in the world. They just have to look at what they know how to do and do that, really.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You keep up the good work. You're doing a great job, man. I mean.
Well, Pharaoh appreciates your ass kissing. Thank you very much.
No, yeah, I don't mean to brown nose. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Don't brown nose. Okay. All right. Cheers, man. You have a good night.
All right, Brady. Enjoy your weekend, man. Call back soon, okay?
Yeah, yes, sir. Cheers. Ciao. Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
All right, so I need another bong hit. Oh, by the way, it is Dabs for Donations Friday. Pharaoh commands you to donate now. I could really get into this role, boys and girls. I'm sorry, my little ninjas. I think I could have a lot of fun being Pharaoh. Although, I would probably take it just a bit too far, which is the way I like things. Going that extra mile, don't you know? So, as I was saying, if I was headed towards a Halloween party, a dress-up Halloween party, I would be dressed in a gray suit as Andrew Cuomo, and I would be just grabbing ass and tits every chance I got. Be like, hey, let's do a selfie. Although I don't have a camera, I'm sure I could figure it out. I could borrow one. It could be part of my costume. Actually, I have a couple of them on the desk. I just don't ever take them anywhere. I don't know, they don't have service or whatever. I'm not interested. They're just hand-me-downs from Greg. So, let's have a selfie. That sounds like fun to me. Wait, you guys can't even see me. You can't even see me. I'm like, let's have a selfie. Oh, yeah, that's it. And see, that's what Andrew Cuomo selfie would look like, right? So, I'm just trying to get into character. That's all. So, if any of you are looking for costume ideas, feel free. I'm sure it will make for a very interesting Halloween party for you, if not others. I keep forgetting to cross these things off. Let's see, cannabis. We did the cannabis one twice already. Cuomo, didn't do that one. Smashing Pumpkins. Let me tell you something about Smashing Pumpkins. If you're going to go out and you're going to smash people's pumpkins, okay? Wait until like midnight Halloween or a little bit later, alright? Don't go and smash people's pumpkins before Halloween, because that's really fucked up, okay? Kids spend fucking hours figuring out what they want to do with their pumpkin and then carving it out, and then some punk-ass bitch boy comes along and smashes their pretty pumpkin that they just wanted to share with the neighborhood. Because why? The bitch boy needs attention? Is that what it is? Can you at least wait until Halloween's over? Like, wait until 1 a.m. on Halloween, and then Halloween will be officially over, and you can go and smash all the pumpkins you want. Try and get as much attention as you can. But leave the little kids out of it, man. Because that's really fucked up. Little kids, I don't really care about after Halloween, but this is their thing. They're like, ooh, yay. And then if you fuck up little kids' shit at the beginning, then they carry that on. It becomes compounded over time. So this is why, you don't want to take your kids to get their stomach pumped at the emergency room because they had 2 cannabis-laced fucking Cheerios. Okay? Because it's incredibly traumatic, and now what's that kid gonna think about Halloween or whatever else? Going to the pool or whatever the fuck it was that they were out, and then I got cannabis candies. Oh But I always talked about that before. Smashing Pumpkins. I'm going to go ahead and play the Smashing Pumpkins video, and I'm going to light up my bong so that we can have a nice fat Halloween puff. If I can remember to put cannabis on the stick, we will have a nice fat Halloween puff. So Smashing Pumpkins, okay? Wait until 1 a.m. After Halloween's over. Please, I'm asking you nice. Don't make me get my fucking baseball bat.
Some communities in South King County say vandals are slashing their Halloween decorations and smashing pumpkins outside their homes. These particular decorations have some special meaning. KOMO's Mo Hyder explains from Kent.
For the second year in a row, this family in this Kent neighborhood is putting on this outdoor Halloween exhibit called Bramleywood. And they say many of the decorations used have a special meaning behind them. At Bramleywood, not all the decorations need to talk to tell their story.
They represent big moments in our life. They represent our family. They represent some of the things that we've been through. Exactly.
Jordan Baugh is the one who puts on this exhibit, and that's her son Wesley.
Yeah, I got an owie, but it's all better now.
And he calls this inflatable dragon Baby his best friend since he had surgery when he was just 9 months old.
And when we brought Baby home, he was so excited and he wanted to touch it and play with it. And yeah, I'm okay. Mommy cries. Mommy's okay.
But a couple of nights ago, she says someone slashed this inflatable dragon and other decorations, taking with them some of her most prized memories. This globe was from when her husband was in a coma.
And we came home and our best friends had bought this, set it up for us, had a bowl of candy ready to go, and said, "You're ready, it's okay."
Baugh isn't the only one dealing with this.
This is more than us. This is more than Bramley. It needs to stop.
Here's surveillance video from a house just outside the nearby Berrydale neighborhood. A group is seen smashing pumpkins just outside a home. And another neighborhood in Auburn where decorations were also slashed. At a time where communities want to have fun, Baugh and others have this to say to those trying to put a stop to it.
I would just beg you to stop. I know it doesn't seem like a big deal. It's a pumpkin here and a pumpkin there.
In Kent, Ryder, Mo News.
The record-breaking heat we had back in late June has taken its toll on Washington's raspberry harvest.
You see that kraken octopus thing they had in the front yard? I love that. That looked awesome. I'd really like to see that up close. But that looked like an awesome yard. And this is what I'm saying, you know, this is like a little kid thing. You know, I don't know what's up with the lady or whatever. She's one of those, I have such a traumatic life people. I don't like to think about it. That being said, the little kid, you know, I mean, it's like all the little kids. This is like, like I was talking about the wonder earlier. Little kids see the wonder. You know, I was talking about adults just pass right by it. I gotta have a bong hit, just a minute.
All right, take your time. Are you done yet?
How come she says that to me all the time? Are you done yet?
Well, I'm not watching now because I'm on the phone with you, so I don't know what you're doing, you know? But you're asking about Halloween, so...
Are you done yet? Man, I have heard that so many times, Jackie Cat.
I'm sorry about that. I really am.
No, I'm not fucking done. I'm gonna go for another hour. Going record time this time, baby. So what is happening, beautiful lady?
Well, I bought some Halloween candy. Maybe I'm being overly optimistic. I don't know. I do know there is one little girl who lives across the street who's absolutely dying to come to my house for Halloween.
Right on.
Because every time I see her outside, she's, you know, running up to me. And so I thought it was cute, and I thought, well, that's one kid anyway. Why not, you know?
she might have a half a dozen kids that go trick or treating with her.
Maybe.
Yeah. And then you can and then if you have a big pile of candy, you can pile big piles of candy into their thing, and they'll be like, "We love you, Jackie Cat."
Yeah, I really wanted to get like great big candy bars, and I haven't looked for those in a long time.
Yeah.
They didn't really have like the big packages of like the big Snickers, like in the full size. They don't really have that.
Huh.
No.
Candy bars have gotten
I'm just gonna give
incredibly.
them a big, huge scoop. It'll be great. They'll love it.
Yeah, candy bars have gotten
Fantastic.
incredibly expensive, man. I can't believe, like, we used to. They used to be like $4 for $1 just not that long ago, and then all of a sudden now they're like, I don't know, what are they, like 90 cents each or something now?
Yeah, maybe more. Maybe $1. Maybe $1.25.
Wow.
I don't know.
It's been a long time since I bought a candy bar.
Yeah.
Although I found these milk chocolate salted caramels, and I found them in the bulk, and they're very. I love chocolate and caramel. I think that's like an amazing combination.
Very nice. Yeah. No, and I'm not. POS was asking me about what I'm dressing up for. It's just I don't know. So I bought some spores online from a gal, and she sells them. She sells stickers, actually, is what she sells. And you buy these stickers from her. They're really pretty, sparkly, holographic stickers, and you get free spores with the stickers.
Awesome! That's a very, very good idea.
It is a good idea, right? So anyway, she sends me these groovy stickers, and these stickers are. I guess she's into some kind of furry thing or something. She's a furry who likes shrooms. I'm not judging, you know.
She sounds like fun. I'd love to party with her.
She sounds like a real hoot.
Yeah.
So she sent me these stickers, and she's into foxes. So she has this mushroom with like a fox ears and a fox tail. And I'm looking at it the other day, and I thought, oh my God, it could be cat ears, cat tail, and it could be, that's my spirit animal.
Wow.
Yeah. Who knew?
Your spirit animal is a cat mushroom.
Yes, I think it is.
That's awesome.
I think it is. Yeah. So I don't know. I might actually like. I don't know. I was looking at some like fabric and stuff. I might actually make something to wear to the door on Sunday. We'll see.
I'm sure the kids would love that if you did that. You know what? I want a cat mushroom to, you know how cats do that thing where they like purr and rub on you? I want a cat mushroom to do that all over me. Just.
Oh, that sounds amazing. You know those big the pools, like a little swimming pool with like colored plastic balls and kids jump in it?
Yeah.
So my idea of heaven is going to be like that, except it's cats in the pool.
Those things are a cesspool of fucking germs, dude. Have you ever seen news stories on those things?
No. Cesspool. No. You want to talk about a cesspool? My little niece her birthday is coming up. It's closer to Thanksgiving. And her mom is throwing her a party at a water park. And, I mean, that sounds like fun and everything, but it's like a giant toilet.
South Park does an episode about that, and it's like it's so funny because one of the kids is like, Cartman, did you just pee in the pool? And he's like, yeah, everybody does it, and like everyone does not do it, and then like all the other people that are with him, yeah, sometimes, So it's a really good episode. Well, it's not my favorite, but it explains that whole thing about it being a cesspool. So I agree with you and South Park.
It's what the kids want to do, though. So what are you going to do?
And
apparently
I'm gonna go to the beach. Let's go to the beach. Fuck.
Yeah. Well, you know what? They actually asked me, like, would I take them to the beach too? I was like, yeah, sure. I'd rather go to the beach. That's a fish toilet, but that's okay.
W.C. Fields. You know why he wouldn't drink water?
Why?
Because fishes fornicate in it.
That's probably true.
That's what he said. fornicate.
In In beer, there's brotherhood. And in water, there's bacteria.
And in cannabis, there's love.
Oh, that's so nice. Speaking of which, did you get my bong hit yet?
I didn't, but I'll be sure to get to it right away.
You're going to be in trouble.
Hopefully.
Go for another one. I dare ya. I dare ya.
I'm gonna do one right away. You mean that right now? Right now? Are you talking about right now? You want me to do one? I'll do one right now. I'll do one right now, and then I'll do another one. I am not through. No, I am not. All right, I'm gonna light it up right now. Fine. You gonna do a puff with me?
I'm jealous now. I'm not watching you, but.
Did you?
Yeah, I will. Actually, yeah.
Did you make butter?
No.
No.
I have brownies though. I still have a batch of brownies. You know, every time my niece and my nephews come over, there's always something like that in my house, and I have never ever had a problem with the kids getting into it.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
I don't know. It doesn't seem that difficult, but I guess shit can happen.
This is always somebody not paying attention to their kid, and then it's like, oh my God, it's not that I wasn't paying attention to the kid, it's that cannabis is evil. There's evil in the world. And it wasn't my fault. And I don't want to put it all on the parents. It's just, I think this overreaction and the hyped up fear from the media is disgusting. And it's, again, this incredibly natural substance. Have you seen Walk Hard with I can't think of his name. Riley. His last name's Riley. But Walk Hard, they talk about all these different drugs. I want to do some of that. No, you don't. And then finally they get to cannabis. And he's like, yeah, I want some cannabis. And he's like, but I don't want to get addictive. I want to get, and he's like, it's not addictive. Have you seen that?
No.
Oh man, Walk Hard. If you love music, like whenever I meet a musician or talk, get to know some musician, I'll be like, have you seen this movie? And they're like, no. And I'm like, and you call yourself a musician? It's a real walk through musical history. Honestly, it's fucking very funny and very cool. And it's got, God damn, I can't remember anybody's name anymore.
It happens,
It's only my fourth bong hit in the last 30 minutes.
Could be a record.
I don't think so.
Oops, that one got to me.
This one is for Jackie Cat, because she is so wonderful, and I can't thank you enough for being so wonderful, Jackie Cat.
Oh, thanks, honey.
And you said yeah, go ahead.
I don't know. I was trying to think if there was anything else I wanted to tell you before I scram. No, not really. I was just checking in, telling you about my plans. That's my big plan.
And Mushroom Kitty.
Yeah, the mush cat. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's very cute. These stickers she does. She had like a whole website with all these strange furry characters with weird mushroom characteristics.
She sounds very interesting. I've known a few people like that. She makes her own stickers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've known a few people like they were one of them at least was an artist, very well known, at least in the Seattle area. I think I've seen some of his stuff internationally, and he was all about the mushrooms, and he would have mushroom people and really psychedelic colors, and I always enjoyed his name's Roman. He is a great guy. I haven't seen him for a long time, but he was a very interesting human being. An artist, the artists are always, I like hanging out with artists, especially the bohemian ones, the ones that don't sell out and they're not like looking to sell out. They're just there to create art.
Oh, you mean us poor folks?
What's that?
You mean us poor folks?
No, I mean the ones that are driven by the idea of creating something amazing, beautiful, wonder-filled.
Yeah, it's great, but it doesn't always pay.
With that?
It's great, but it doesn't always pay.
Look, I don't care. I'm telling you, I met this, I didn't meet him. I mean, I met him at these parties where it was all the artist community, and it was like all these artist studios, and they would call, they would do it in Pioneer Square, which is downtown, once a month, and it was called Art Walk. And it was just go through all these different artist studios and stuff. And I met him there, and then I met a whole community of people who do like a monthly party, and so many of them, you know, they just didn't have money, and it wasn't about money. I remember seeing Roman one night, and he was standing out in front of a QFC, a grocery store, and he's like, "Hey, we don't have anywhere," and he was with his girl, and we don't have anywhere to spend, and it was raining. I was like, "Yeah, come with us," you know, and it was really nice to be able to have that time. So and I love those kind of people. I mean, that's what I'm saying. That guy, no money, you know. Oh well, doesn't pay. I gotta look at more important things than whether or not it pays. But I understand people who feel exactly the same way, exactly the opposite way too. So I kind of understand.
You know, I don't know if maybe I heard you talking about this with Chris, but I was looking at one of my on my Patreon page. One of the mush people that I follow put up an article, and he says, I'm going to read like Chris now, NPR voice. Just this month, Seattle became the largest U.S. city to decriminalize psychedelic substances with the passage of Resolution 32021. The measure, approved unanimously, concluded that the investigation, arrest, and prosecution of anyone engaging in entheogen-related activities should be among Seattle's lowest law enforcement priorities.
Yeah, look at these people aren't hurting it. The ones on mushrooms are the last thing they're gonna do is hurt people. You know, I don't know. Maybe I worry about people taking too much and getting crazy. Too much mushrooms, really?
I don't know. It hasn't happened to me yet. I don't think.
We used
or
to.
Has it? Oh my God, has it?
Well, when we were kids, we used to get like an ounce of mushrooms. Me and a friend would get an ounce of mushrooms, and we'd go like hang out in San Francisco or LA or something, and we'd eat a half an ounce of mushrooms each, and just go wander around, you know. But the weird thing, it's like you start eating them, and at first you're like, and then all of a sudden it's this tastes good, and I'm gonna have more. So, and then the mushrooms are gone.
Yeah, that happens sometimes. It's happened to me. Yeah. But, you know.
And it was always just, again, I talk about seeing the wonder. You know, this is one of the ways that's kind of easy to tune in, to get in touch with the wonder, because it's all around you. And it's just like this veil kind of needs to be pulled aside. And one of the easiest ways, I don't know about easiest, but one of the ways that has worked for many, many people is the psychedelic drugs, mushrooms, LSD. I don't know what, like MDMA. Do you do drugs like that?
I have done.
Yeah, I haven't done that, so I don't really know what that's a psychedelic drug, right? Considered?
Yeah. It's really good for working out problems and stuff. If you know, like the way they do it with therapy, it's really, really great for that.
I hear it's very good for, if you're having kind of emotional issues, or you can't get over something. You know, if you can't get over stuff.
Exactly. You know, a bad breakup or, death in the family, anything like that, you know, and you can really use that to kind of shepherd yourself out of a negative place.
It's kind of like you get a different understanding of it, and the thing about God, I lost my train of thought, but it's like you get a different understanding of it, and I remember seeing a video. I talked about this interview with John Waters, and he was like 70 some years old, and he's like a major director from the 70s or 80s, and he was talking about
Pink Flamingos guy?
What's that?
Is that the Pink Flamingos guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and he was talking about he was like, I think he's like 72 or a little bit older, and he was encouraging senior people to, if they're in a good place, to take a tab of acid or two, because he was saying that it really helps to clear out those cobwebs. I mean, that's the way he described it. And I know what I was thinking. We were talking about a traumatic experience and MDMA helping you get over things like that. Also LSD, I believe also mushrooms, is that these traumatic experiences and the need to get over it isn't just because this bad thing happened and now I'm sad. It's because you play this over and over in your head, and it needs desperately to get out of your head. And if all it takes is, a little bit of inner self-awareness, then again, this mushrooms, LSD, the psychedelics are gonna. Mike Tyson was talking about it earlier in the week, saying, that really changed it. That he didn't know what love was until he experienced these psychedelic drugs, and he could open himself up in that way.
Oh yeah, he was all talking about the frog, the frog medicine.
He's an interesting guy, I guess. I don't know how interesting he was before, but anybody who bites an ear off somebody, yeah.
All right, sweetheart. On that note, I'm going to go and continue to enjoy my Friday night.
Yeah, well, I hope you enjoy your Halloween, too. It sounds like you're looking forward to it. It's so nice to hear from you, and I look forward to talking to you anytime soon.
Aw, thanks, honey.
Sure.
Have a great night. I'll be hanging out in the chat.
Okay, thanks for doing that. Bye. Bye. I should have another bong hit. I don't see why not. It's Halloween. Come on, let's do this thing. Let's do it right. What video did I play last? Anybody remember? Parental hesitancy. I played the Smashing Pumpkins video last. That was it. Parental hesitancy. Which one you want to see? You want to see parental hesitancy? It's not about Halloween. Or Cuomo busted. Cuomo busted. Cuomo. Which one you want to see? Tell me now, and I will warm the bong while we watch this video. Since we have no callers, the number's up there on the screen. It's 805-669-6397, 805-MOX-NEWS. And again, what Jackie Cat was talking about getting over traumatic experiences and stuff, I can tell you that I have had that experience myself. Is that I have this traumatic thing that happened, and I kept playing it over and over in my head, and it was like I was trapped in it. And then I took a dose of psychedelics. I took a dose of acid, and I took 3 doses of acid, and and somehow it really helped me. I don't really know how it helped me, but I think it was like, we're here now. Let's deal with what we have to deal with, and stop carrying this thing that happened, this horrible thing that happened. And normally I don't have problems with that, but sometimes you have this really thing that just keeps playing over in your head. And what I'm saying is, a little psychedelic infusion might just help. Might go a long ways to help. So let's see. COVID safe Halloween. Cuomo busted. Yeah, Jackie Cat's always a great caller. We call that blowing out pipes. Hey Patrick. I am going to play. What do we got here? Parental hesitancy. Let's play her. Well, I'm going to play the Cuomo one because, again, that would be my Halloween costume. If I was going out to a party, to a dress-up party, I'd definitely be Andrew Cuomo. And I'd have a big smile on my face, just like he always did. 3. And by the way, that guy is such a douche. You know, I'm a handsy guy, but I'm not in a position of power, you know, where I can be, hey, you know, if you say anything, which he doesn't even have to say if you say anything. He's in a position of power. She makes rough waters, she's gone, you know. So I'm not in a position of power. I am a handsy guy, especially at a party or a concert. Just because, you know, we're all here to have fun. And that's how Andrew Cuomo does it. This is part of the costume, people. Pharaoh commands it. Okay, so which one? Oh, Cuomo busted. I'll be right back. We'll have another puff. Sounds like fun to me.
Former New York Governor Andrew Cuomo is now criminally charged in Albany City Court with one misdemeanor count of forcibly touching stemming from an incident at the governor's mansion involving an employee last December.
Cuomo resigned following the investigation into the assault allegations, but maintains his innocence. ABC's Ike Ajashi has the latest.
Today, former New York Governor Andrew Cuomo has been criminally charged with one misdemeanor count of forcible touching. The charges stem from an incident at the governor's mansion on December 7, 2020, that alleges Cuomo forcibly placed his hand under the blouse of an unnamed victim and onto her intimate body part, quote, intentionally and for no legitimate purpose.
What he did to me was a crime.
While the victim is unnamed, Brittany Camiso, who at the time was Cuomo's executive assistant, revealed her identity and detailed very similar accusations to CBS and the Times-Union.
He put his hand up my blouse and cupped my breast.
Let me be clear, that never happened.
Camiso is one of 11 women an investigation by State Attorney General Letitia James found had been harassed by the former governor. In a statement, James saying the criminal charges brought against Cuomo further validate the findings in our report.
What this investigation revealed was a disturbing pattern of conduct by the governor of the great state of New York.
But how the charges were brought against Cuomo is raising eyebrows, as the local district attorney and the alleged victim both say they had no advance knowledge the charges were coming. Cuomo's attorney labeling the charges politics, saying the former governor never assaulted anyone. ABC News chief legal correspondent Dan Abrams describing on GMA how unusual the move by the Albany County Sheriff was.
The sheriff has effectively gone around the district attorney and went directly to the court.
Cuomo is set to appear in court on November 17th. There are other criminal investigations into Cuomo underway, but this is currently the only charge he's facing. Ike Ajachi, ABC News, Washington.
I just had to check for a minute what was happening. I am doll parts, doll legs, doll heart. I want to be the girl with the most pain. My pain is so real, I am beyond shame. Someday you will ache like I ache. Where are we? What's happening? I need another bong hit. Damn it. T! How come my bong's not warm? Pharaoh! Someone off with their heads! Off with their heads! I would make a great Pharaoh. Let's see. Cuomo. Forcibly touching. I'm not sure what that means. That sounds like holding somebody down or cornering them. Now, in an elevator, you can make interesting things happen. You have to be very quick. you know, and it's kind of contained. So maybe that's like a forcible thing. I'm not sure. Elevators can be sexy though. In case you don't know. What is next? Parental hesitancy or COVID safe Halloween? You tell me. I love sharing this time with you. Have I mentioned that? Pharaoh loves you all. Tea! Sorry. I'm telling you, I'd be an excellent Pharaoh. I mean, it's funny because it's true. So I think we're going to play another video because I can't just sit here and laugh the whole night long. Well, I could, but I'm sure you people have better things to do than watch some fool in a Pharaoh costume laugh all night long. Although if Pharaoh commanded it, I bet you'd be there. Or not. Either way. Pharaoh does not need your approval. You know it's true. Could I finish? Could I finish? Why are women always asking me, are you through yet? Am I that boring? No, I'm not fucking through. Just give me another couple of minutes. I'm gonna have another bong hit. I'm gonna play another video. I'm gonna heat up the bong. I'm gonna have another bong hit, and then we'll see what happens. Okay. Which video now? Parental hesitancy. I think we should do the parental. I think we'll do the COVID safe Halloween because that's what this is really about, people. See, and this is the point, right? If we have to discuss having a COVID safe Halloween, which I don't know, every Halloween they have to discuss having a safe Halloween, but we have to discuss having a COVID safe everything, right? This is, again, is this hyped up fear that they desperately want you to buy into, which is nothing new. They've always wanted you to be as afraid as they can possibly make you. Now they're got that everybody at kind of peak fear level. I mean, it couldn't get. It's not that it couldn't get too much higher. If there was like a zombie apocalypse or something, you know, and like half of the population all of a sudden for no reason started craving human flesh, right? For no reason whatsoever. I don't know. What would we do then? If we have to talk about safe, right? And we have to talk about this deadly plague, you know, why would you send your children, you know, and what I keep hearing is like, oh, the ICU units are more filled with children than they've ever been. I mean, this is what I keep hearing. So there's this deadly threat out there. You know, I could see having a party. Again, I like the idea of people socializing. Fuck, whatever, do, you know, if your costume is to wear a mask, wear a mask. If your costume's not to wear a mask, don't wear a mask, whatever, you know. I like parties. I like people getting together. I like them, you know, people say, oh, kids need to have fun, right? Well, kids do need to have fun. And kids should be out having fun with their dog, not with their blow-up toy that they think is their best friend. How is that going to turn out, people? Won't you be my They should be out playing with their dog and their friends outside. That's what I was thinking. You know, people need to spend time outside with no phone every day. They need this. And I think a lot of them never, I think the vast majority of people never get that. They need it every day. Now, if the weather's really bad and you're like, oh, I don't want to go outside, that's fine, you know, whatever. But every day you need this. Don't go outside 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 20 days a year, whatever. You need to be outside. And I don't want to tell you what you need. What I'm saying is, I believe humans need this. I believe humans need to go outside and no phone. Chris loves to go outside. He loves to just leave everything behind and go experience nature. I love to go outside and just be outside. I really love it. Except for, like I said, when I lived in Maui, I figured out I'm not a sun person anymore. And it's not that I don't like to go outside. It's just, you know, I'm moving from shade to shade, which is what's nice about the Northwest, is I rarely feel that way. What's up?
Hey, Mike, how are you doing tonight?
Fine. Pharaoh.
Good.
Pharaoh,
I saw that. Yeah, that's a nice costume. You know, Sky God. You got the Sky God motif going on there.
Got my little snake.
Yeah, your little snake. Yeah, it's Halloween, isn't it? Right?
Right. This would be good at a party too. It could be like, you want to pet my cobra? Pet my cobra.
Pet my cobra.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So are you gonna go and socialize on Saturday night? You gonna go out this weekend?
No. I don't really go out. I don't like to leave the dog. I didn't like to leave the dogs. If the dogs are welcome somewhere, then yeah, let's go social. So let's go do some stuff. But it's rare a party or whatever, you know, works out. So the dog, maybe we'll walk around the neighborhood, but I doubt it. I don't want to be walking around the neighborhood with all the little kids, you know, be like, woo!
A real ghoul, a living ghoul. Right.
I don't want to mess with the little kids.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Halloween really is for younger people and for kids, to be honest with you. There are people, middle-aged people and older people who, you know, appreciate the spirit of Halloween like they appreciate the spirit of Christmas. You know, I watched that Tim Burton movie, Nightmare Before Christmas, a few nights ago. And that's a really good movie. I think it's an interesting movie. But it shows how these holidays are, I don't know, they're important in different ways to people than just, you know, consumerism and money. And I don't know. It's the turning of the seasons. And I think it's worth celebrating. You know, it's halfway to winter, basically.
I celebrate every day. So I think, sure, it's worth celebrating. Every day is worth celebrating. I don't like with Christmas and these things. They don't mean a lot to me. You know, when I called my friend Sam today and I was like, hey, what do you want to eat for Thanksgiving? You know, and because I want to. He always comes over for Thanksgiving. It's me and him and Craig. Although I think Craig had other plans this year. And yeah, he's like, oh, I want lasagna. I'm like, right on, I'll make lasagna.
What did he want for Thanksgiving, for food?
Lasagna. He's like, you make the best lasagna, make lasagna. He's been asking me for lasagna for months.
I love lasagna. Homemade lasagna is the best. I don't know, I'm a vegetarian, but I like spinach lasagna, and lasagna is delicious.
Yeah, I've worked at a couple of very nice Italian restaurants where they always were sure to make a vegetarian lasagna.
Yeah. My mom made delicious vegetarian lasagna for me as kind of a side when they would eat food.
Yeah.
So I always appreciated it a lot. It's one of my favorite foods. There's an Associated Press article, Mike, that almost mirrors your topic tonight. It says, as COVID cases fall, Halloween brings more fun and less fear. It was posted yesterday. And it's just a rundown of how Americans are approaching Halloween psychologically and also economically, like money. How much money are people spending? Because Halloween, outside of Christmas, is like one of the biggest, ways for retailers to make money, selling all of the shit that people put in their yards, selling candy, selling costumes, and selling media, all different ways that people make money off of Halloween. And therefore, there's a lot of pressure to make Halloween happen. And from this article, it says, a new poll indicates Halloween participation is rebounding, but short of pre-pandemic levels. Sales of candy and costumes are up 25% over last year, predicted to set a new high between $10 and $11 billion, said Anisha McMillan, a spokesperson for the trade group Halloween Costume Association. People are really getting into the spirit. Though the pandemic is still a worry, outdoor activities like trick-or-treating have gotten a thumbs up from Anthony Fauci, the government's top infectious disease expert, and Rachel Walensky, director of the CDC in prevention. Experts advise people to keep sanitizer and mask handy and continue to steer clear of crowded, poorly ventilated spaces, however. That last sentence bugged me, Mike. Stay clear of crowded, poorly ventilated spaces, right? It implies, that just kind of implies, like, stay away from poor people. You know what I mean? Just that, I don't know, crowded, poorly ventilated spaces. Don't go there.
Yeah. Look, I don't know. But what was it you were saying? It mirrored the title, kind of. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, well, I mean, here, let me check here. The title of your video is, "Would you take your kids trick-or-treating in the middle of a deadly plague?" Anthony Fauci says, yes, you should do it, for example. And from this article, it says, a poll from the Associated Press found 35% of Americans plan to hand out candy this Halloween, down from 42% in pre-pandemic 2019, but still higher than the 25% mark seen last year in 2020. So it's like somewhere between 2019 and 2020 last year. And 16% said they intend to take their kids trick-or-treating, compared to 25% in 2019 and 12% last year. Interesting about that number is even before the pandemic, Mike, Americans were so afraid of letting their kids go trick-or-treating. In 2019, only 25% of adults said they would let their kids go trick-or-treating. And when I think of, like, whatever, as a kid, I'll say like in elementary school, right? That would have been for me in the 1970s. And I'm pretty sure most people at my elementary school and people in my neighborhood went trick-or-treating. Like, it was a rite of passage it was almost expected that you go trick-or-treating and you go out in the community and you get dressed up and go out with your friends.
Yeah, if you weren't, there was kind of something wrong with you, like
you were
like
Jehovah's Witness or something.
Yeah,
my neighbors who were Jehovah's Witnesses, they were like, they would never go out for Halloween or for Christmas, but like they were like really the odd ones. Everyone else in the whole neighborhood, and often without parental supervision as well. So it really is like once you're about like 10 years old, your parents are like, okay, it's Halloween. Here's the keys to the neighborhood in your basket.
Yeah.
Go get some candy. See you in a few hours.
Look out for your little sister.
Yeah, make sure she doesn't get hit by a car. I'll see you at 9. And then the parents would stay home and hand out all of the candy. That's how it basically worked. So the way it works today, I mean, I don't have children, and I don't live in this, in a suburban environment. There's so many differences, right? I mean, definitely I'm not participating per se, but just from what I'm getting from the media, it's just like, what the fuck? Only 1 out of 4 parents is letting their kids even go out in the neighborhood that they live in on a holiday to get candy from their neighbors.
And
what happened to this country?
Pre-pandemic?
Yeah, it was in 2019. Yeah. And this year, it's only 1 out of 8. It's like 16%.
I think one of the things maybe is that look, the fear thing is not something new. It's just been ratcheted up to an unbelievable level, right? The fear thing meaning the media trying to induce fear into people as intensely as possible, and the government. So I think that's gone to this level that people never would have expected it to go, even possibly George Orwell, And also,
I agree.
And also, I think that candy's just not as popular as it was in the 70s. I could be wrong.
Oh wow! Well, candy sales in terms of Halloween have remained high. Whether people are distributing them at for trick or treating or they're just indulging in sweets, that's another question. I mean, I don't know. I mean, Easter, Christmas, and Halloween. And of course, that's
everybody who owns everybody who owns kind of a small to medium-sized business too on Halloween buys candy to put out for their employees and shit,
Right, and their clients and customers and such. Yeah, that's true. But it's important to me because I appreciate the seasons. I work as a landscaper. I work outdoors. So today, I basically raked leaves for 3 hours and just spent time by myself. And I removed big leaf maple leaves off of ferns and cleaned off all of these ferns for about 30 minutes. So I just was outside with the leaves. And that's part of the changing of the seasons for me, the leaves. And that's kind of like autumn, Halloween, halfway between the first day of fall and the first day of winter is tomorrow or this weekend. It's like the halfway mark. Like Groundhog's Day is halfway between the first day of winter and the first day of spring, and May Day is halfway between the first day of spring and the first day of summer. So it's like these 8 points of the year, and people have had all these celebrations for fucking 12,000 years around these days. And it's always been this way. They hijack them for different reasons. But just the actual, environment that we're in, it's really nice to appreciate that. Like when you go for your walks, see the seasons change, something to celebrate.
Yeah, well, it's like I said, I celebrate every day. I look around, I see the wonder. So I am, that's why it really doesn't matter if it's cloudy or overcast or raining. I'm surrounded by wonder, so I'm not overly concerned with a little bit of rain. It rained really hard last night, man.
Yeah, I watched that movie Faust yesterday, the one that we talked about by Jan Svankmajer.
Yeah.
I really recommend other people can find his work. Easy to find. You just type Jan Svankmajer, Majer, into the search engine. You can find his short subjects.
I thought it was 2 N's.
It's Jan Svankmajer, Jan space Svankmajer, something like that.
Do you know other movies? Did he do Tom Thumb?
He did Alice in Wonderland. He did Alice in Wonderland. So he did he's made it seems like he's been making feature films about every 3 or 4 years.
Wow.
Since 1995. So there's a couple of films. There's a few films I found today that I didn't even know existed because I hadn't been following it. But I saw that movie Alice and actually I think I saw Faust in 1994 in a theater. Actually in a theater. And what's amazing about that movie, the one I watched last night, is the puppetry, the stopgap animation, and also the storytelling is pretty amazing.
The Faust, you're talking about the Faust, right?
About the Faust.
Yeah, you saw that on the big screen?
No, I saw it. I saw it. Yeah, I did. I saw it on the big screen at a theater at an art house in Olympia.
Awesome.
But I just watched it last night, and also Alice I saw at the art house. I saw that on a big screen as well. Another one of his movies where a character, a young girl, falls into a wonderland, And he uses dioramas with like objects, with real objects. He uses puppets. He uses claymation to shape shapes and forms. He'll superimpose photography and film over settings. He uses like 400-year-old puppets. Like imagine what people were using in puppetry. He reminds me a lot of Monty Python and also Terry Gilliam.
Yeah.
He's a surrealist.
Terry Gilliam was given credit for all of Monty Python's animation, the Flying Circus animation. So.
Yeah, and the other thing about Jan Svankmajer is he was from the Czech Republic, so he was from Prague, Czech Republic, occupied, as a communist country at odds with the West, all the way up until the mid-1980s. And this film, Faust, came out in 1994, but a lot of his earlier work, he started making animation in the 1960s and 1970s. Specifically, his medium was working with clay and making moving figures with clay. But this movie, Faust, kind of reminds me of like the deal people make with the devil, right? That is what it's all about. And there are kind of overtones to like the deal that the Czech Republic made with the devil, that would be the West, in order to achieve a certain amount of, of what they want, what their wishes were, only to find later that maybe what they wanted wasn't what they really, wanted,
yeah,
so to speak, which is the whole idea of Faust. And then there were so many things I was thinking about, but Anthony Fauci and science, like Pfizer and these major medical corporations, are also very much like Faust. Like they make a deal with the devil, where they can say, I can have anything I want, right? And I will provide and it's all based on science and trusting their own community of scientists to push forward with their narrative in exchange for riches. It's like a trade-off with the devil. And they lose all sense of perspective and like what is moral and what isn't moral. Kind of reminds me of like the Nazi doctors that experimented with people in concentration camps in the 1940s. Once you think you can do anything to find out what you need to know, people will fucking do anything and abuse people. And this whole plague is just throughout it. We've seen abusive behavior from authorities abusing people, like the vaccine mandates. Yuck.
It goes way back before the plague. It's what they do. They seem to be, it's this fear. That's why this fear is so important. That's why everything keeps revolving back to this fear thing, is because if you're afraid, it's difficult to know what to do. And especially if it's been a constant state of fear for the last fucking 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. And if you don't know what to do, then you turn to strong leadership. So these bullshit asshole figureheads are up there going, I know what to do. And,
it's like submissive. They're submissive authoritarians.
Yeah.
They're not willing to even like look at other evidence or think of other ideas or support anybody who's a skeptic, because all they want to do is be accepted by the group. And that's true with the scientists. It's true with the politicians.
Well, I think it's a fear thing too. I think that if they're with the group, then that must be the safest place to be, right? It's like this ancient kind of, there's safety in numbers kind of thing, So it's not a matter just of wanting to be with the group so much as it's like this primal thing where,
defense mechanism.
There's safety in numbers, right? So you follow along. Again, it's a herd mentality, but the herd works in a certain ways, to protect.
Yeah. Well, it's deceptive. The
Yeah.
herd can be deceptive, right? Like in fascist Germany, like there was this ideal that we're one people, say in Germany at that time. And there was a lot of pride and nationalism exhibited by all of these people. And simultaneously, they were brutally suppressing anybody who was a little bit different than they were. And that was the group going along with all the decisions of the group and not really thinking about the consequences of what they need to do. Like we've talked before about the need for like a Truth and Reconciliation Committee in the United States to look at war crimes and to look at crimes against the American people and have past leaders put on trial, you know. But after they're put on trial, if they're deemed like guilty, they deserve to be put in prison and taken care of properly. And I would like them to go through some re-education programs. But like, I'm not talking about killing them and off with their heads and just shooting them in the back of the head, right? Like that. And do you know what I'm talking about? Kind of.
I keep saying that's not an option. If you do that, it just makes martyrs out of them to a huge group of people. You have to throw them in prison where people can see that they did wrong, and that this is justice. You know, shooting them in the back of the head. Shooting them in the back of the head is always just going to make martyrs out of them.
Yeah, I agree. Last story. I wanted to share one thing before we go, and that was from StopTheDrugWar.org, that chronicle the anti-drug war, and they have their weekly, what's going on with the drug war, and one of their stories from the 28th of October is about asset forfeiture. But it's really about how people are afraid of marijuana, how people are so afraid of marijuana that they punish people. And this is the story. It says, sheriff's deputies in Kansas's Dickinson County in May seized $160,000 in cash from medical marijuana receipts from dispensaries in Missouri where medical marijuana is legal. Federal prosecutors in Kansas are moving to seize the money under asset forfeiture laws used to target drug traffickers. A federal magistrate ruled last month that there was probable cause to seize the money because it was derived from illegal drug sales. Illegal under federal, not state law, that is. The firm that was transporting the cash receipts from Missouri to Colorado, Empay-Real, is challenging the seizure, arguing the money came from legal transactions. A hearing on the case is set for January 4th. All right? I found that to be interesting for a lot of reasons. First of all, what the fuck is going on in Kansas, and why are they so freaked out about people involved in the cannabis industry, or whatever, medical marijuana industry in Missouri? Secondly, if these are federal prosecutors in Kansas that are moving forward with this actions, taking money from people who work in the medical marijuana industry, well then you got to say this is Joe Biden's Department of Justice. This is like the Democratic president's Department of Justice cracking down on people who work in the medical marijuana industry, who work at dispensaries in Missouri, and using like the conservative politics of another state to provide cover. But it isn't really a very like pro-cannabis kind of attitude. Just like Joe Biden hasn't moved an inch on legalizing just recreational marijuana in the United States. He hasn't done anything about that. So anyway, I thought people would appreciate that story. $160,000 of somebody's money from medical marijuana receipts was taken by a sheriff's deputy in Kansas. Isn't that interesting? Asset forfeiture.
We saw this happen like right after Obama took office. I remember there was raids in Washington State and Oregon to seize a fuck ton of medical marijuana and revenues. It was really messed up. And they're like, oh, Obama's a great human being.
Oh, yeah. The Northern Lights are going to be able to be seen this weekend. So if you get a chance to get out of the city, there's supposed to be a G3 event that's out of a 5-level geomagnetic storm. A G3 solar storm is happening on Saturday and Sunday. So they said the aurora is going to drop. We'll be able to see it in Washington, but it'll drop as far south as Iowa and, down into the Midwest.
Wow.
Which is unusual.
Yeah.
Yeah. So whatever, if you're outside and you're away from lights and it isn't raining where you live, look up in the sky and you might see the aurora borealis, which is pretty cool to see.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I haven't seen it before, but I would love to see it.
I think I've seen it once or twice, but very faint. You get a faint green glow in the north, but not real extreme, like where the whole sky is lit up.
Yeah.
Solar storms, and obviously solar storms could take out all technology too.
Right.
You know,
It's a sunspot, right? I mean, it's a sun.
Yeah, it's a burst of plasma from the sun.
Yeah.
So as the sun moves around, occasionally it just blurts out these blobs of plasma, and it's radiation. And then, in 1859 there was the Carrington event, and that basically people were operating telegraphs and they got like shocked, and electrical wires caught on fire, and basically we didn't have very much electricity in 1860, right? But now our entire world is based on electricity, and I did a little research, like how many of these solar storms have happened, and I found an article that said 7 have happened since 1859, of significance. But when you look and you say human beings are 300,000 years old, right? And civilization is only 12,000 years old. People really only started keeping track of shit in the sky 1,500 years ago at best. So it's very possible there could be a very large solar event that would disrupt all electronics on Earth.
Right. Solar flares. It's caused by not sunspots. Solar flares, and like Chris was saying, it's like a giant kind of a volcano of plasma that shoots out of the sun, and that's kind of what our atmosphere is about. It kind of protects us from a lot of that, and then when this bits of it come through, then we see the Aurora Borealis.
Our magnetic field protects us.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the magnetism of the planet itself that's what protects us. And then so what it does is the North and South Pole draws the particles north and south, and that's where we see them as they go around and below the Earth. But with a really big burst of energy, the whole world just gets engulfed. So those lines start dropping further and further south. And anyway, the point being is that in the last 12,000 years, there have probably been significant solar storms that were recorded in the history, but not science, like NASA isn't paying attention to it. And we've only really had electricity for 150 years. So if we did have a storm that may be a regular occurrence like every 500 or 600 years, there's a really high possibility that we could be without the internet or without electricity for years, like EMP from a nuclear bomb.
Right. Yeah. And if it was a shutdown like that, there's a good chance it would be much longer than a year.
There's a good chance, and that's a real risk. I mean, that seems to be as a legitimate risk to human civilization as climate change
or terrorism.
Or terrorism. Our dependency on technology to such a degree that just our proximity to the fucking sun could disrupt our whole system in a couple of days. So anyway, food for thought.
That would be awesome.
Wouldn't it be cool?
That would be so awesome. That would be so awesome. It would be a bummer
after about a week, Mike. After a week, it would be a big bummer.
I'm good. This is a thing where I keep talking about, I believe I came to this planet consciously, and I came here to witness an amazing event, and that would definitely be an amazing event.
Well, I told you I watched that 70s afternoon movie or whatever, nightly weekend movie called The Day the People Disappeared. And then 3 people were in a cave, and when they came out of the cave, everybody just disappeared, and it was a...
Sounds like a Twilight Zone episode.
Right, exactly like a Twilight Zone episode, and there's some YouTube videos that are interesting. If people want to follow the science fiction, one of them is from a channel I follow called the Lost History Channel. It's 180,000 subscribers, not huge, but it's called The Immense Aurora Event of Prehistory and the Worldwide Petroglyph Phenomena of Squatter Man. And maybe Mike from SoCal may have mentioned this before, but there's this picture of a squatter man, his 2 legs and 2 arms stretched up to the sky with 2 dots on each side of him. And many people speculate, or at least this person speculates, that this was something that they saw in the sky for days and days and days and days at a time. And it was so phenomenal that they literally made the same exact drawing on rocks in Australia, in Africa, in North America, in Asia, in South America. I mean, it's like, so they were able to see the aurora borealis for like a whole fucking month because the whole fucking sky was lit up green and purple and blue. And there was this figure in the sky that looked like, they drew it like a person. Interesting. But it just leads me to believe there's so much more to Earth than we even understand, because we've only really been keeping track of this shit for a few hundred years, Mike. And as a species...
Well, that's not true. We've been keeping track of it for millennia, but assholes like the people who run YouTube keep burning libraries and destroying our history, so we're not able to keep track of it.
That is true. And it's sad that people have to recopy material and redistribute material, because then it looks fishier every time.
Well, and it changes every time. If they have to recopy it, then it's different than the first time it came out. It's not that they want to change it, it's just the way it happens. So.
Yeah, well, anyway, that movie, They Live, was real. It is Halloween. And good luck, Mike. And I hope you have a great Halloween. Craig and you hand out some candy.
No handing out candy. I don't want to hand out candy. I live on a busy street. I live on a busy street. I do not want kids coming to my house to try and get candy.
I understand that.
Yeah.
Well, fair point. All right, have a good night then. I'll talk to you later.
Okay. See ya. Thanks for calling. And it would be awesome to see the aurora borealis, I think. I don't know, I've never seen it. I've seen pictures and video, but it always looks edited. Looks like something from Star Trek. I could really watch that for a minute, though. I do love the Earth and the wonder. I have one video left. If anybody else wants to call, the number's right there on the screen. It's 805-669-6397. 805 Mox News. And it's been a lovely, lovely evening having you. Thanks so much for joining us. I have some of my favorite phone callers that I've ever had tonight. So you know. Sup, Bravo?
I did not have sex with that monkey, Mike.
Hey, I don't care if you did or not. It's your thing. Whatever your sexuality, I don't need to know about it.
I had sex with a monkey in the sky, and that's what made the lights in the sky shiny and purple. I don't know what he saw, but I did not have sex with that monkey.
That's fine, dude. You have sex with whatever you want to have sex. I won't judge you. You don't judge me.
Okay. I wrote a new song today.
Yay!
It goes like this. It goes, kill the fucking toad. You can squish him on the road. Little bend a hole. My friend is Picasso. Kill the fucking toad, just squish him on the roof. No, I'm gonna change it. Chicken. Kill the fucking chicken. He's not so finger licking. You still there? I did not have sex with that monkey, Mike.
I don't care. It's none of my business. I'm not lying. I really don't. It couldn't make the slightest difference to me.
Oh, I think I ate too many brownies, Michael.
I don't really think that's possible. Unless you're new. If you're new, you can't eat too many brownies. If you're not new, you're good.
I think I'm ODing. Can you call 911?
Oh, we better get your stomach pumped right away.
I can't find my fingers anymore, Mike.
I can't stop breathing. I can't stop breathing. Oh my God, I can't stop breathing. I think I did it wrong. Did I do it wrong? I can't stop breathing.
This chicken is attacking me, Mike. I don't want to talk to the chicken, Mike. There's something wrong. I think I had too much coffee, actually. It's not the marijuana, I swear to God. I'm fine. I'm perfectly fine. So, yeah, I don't want fucking kids coming to my fucking house either. Fuck that shit, man. Don't want to give them sugar. Don't want to give them dead horse bones.
I don't want them to get run over in front of my house. That's what I don't want. Otherwise, I'd put fucking vampire costume on Rufus, and he'd greet everybody at the door, and he would love that. But I don't want.
Fucking toad.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Used to be the most important day of the year when I was younger, when I was a youth.
It still is the most important day of the year for much of the LGBTQ community. They love Halloween.
Fuck that shit, man.
Why? They're entitled to party.
Hey, yeah, man, I like those guys, man. Shit, man, if I see a nice, hairy little monkey, it makes me want to have a butt baby with him, you know. Let's have a butt baby.
Hey, I just got done telling you I don't care about your fucking sexuality. Okay? We don't need to keep hearing about what you like.
I did not have sex with that goat, Mike.
I don't care. Don't. It's fine. Do what you want.
I think there's something wrong with me. I've been laughing.
We all are very aware of that.
I'm not the one wearing the stupid hat, dude. What do you fucking think? Okay, serious. I don't have anything serious to say.
Good.
Yeah. So, no, I live on a hill, and it's too far to walk up the hill for kids, and it's all dark and everything. And then people have driven by my house for 30 years. They don't even know it's here because it's completely surrounded by barbed wire and trees and bougainvillea, and you can't even see anything unless you're in a helicopter. And the helicopters fly over all the time because the men in black watch me everywhere I go. Kill the fucking toads. You can squish them on the road.
All right, we got another caller.
Oh, great. Let's listen to that guy.
Ah.
Okay. Happy Schlamigel, Samazel, Slottenberry, Hodson, Carrie.
Okay. Okay. If you'd like to call, lines are open. Please feel free to do so now. Because there was a caller right there when a minute or two after Mike called, and I put on the do not disturb. So if you'd like to call back, please feel free. Now all I can think is kill the fucking toad. Let's see. Where were we? No, I don't want kids to. Like I said, if I didn't live on a busy street, I have a wonderful neighborhood, and I walk through it every single day. If it wasn't a busy street, I'd dress Rufus up, and he'd greet all the kids. He would love that.
And he was like, yeah, okay. Oh, you can see it in the Bible.
Hello?
Hello?
Hey, Mom.
Hey, Brandon.
Hey, Ty wants to know, can she be your Cleopatra?
I thought you were going to set me up with her mama.
I would sex her with her mom, bro. Real talk. All right. Yeah, she's a little older than you, what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I am very jealous of your Cleopatra. I can tell you that right now.
You're very jealous of Cleopatra?
Of you,
Oh,
I'm very
okay.
jealous of your Cleopatra.
Yeah, my Cleopatra. Hey, listen, Mom, you got a Bitcoin, you can have her ass, right? Hey, but anyway,
Hey, about this trick or treating shit, right?
Yeah.
For daughters.
Yeah.
And my 8, 11-year-old, they're like, you know what? We don't want to go trick or treating, and we stay we stay out, in the cul-de-sac. So we was like, hey, so we just call Lights Out, and we're gonna watch the new Addams Family movie.
Right on. That
like
sounds
HBO Max.
That sounds awesome.
The thing is, that's what the kids decided to do.
Is it on the HBO Max?
I think so, yeah.
Huh.
Max or Amazon Prime is one of them.
Really? Wow. I have to look.
Yeah, because we don't have cable, man. We just got apps, and I'd rather pay $10 or $8 for what I want to watch.
Yeah, I hear you.
Commercials and
Yeah.
or a language I can't speak. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Fucking you don't need 500 channels of shit that you don't watch.
And dude, yeah, I know. And you know what? It works out so much better that way. Of course, there's some things that you're not gonna be able to see.
Yeah.
But if it's important, and then it being plus living here in St. Louis, we got like a little antenna that you can screw to the back of the TV.
Yeah.
Like a little plastic thing.
Yeah.
We took it like 80 channels, man.
That's awesome. Hey, listen.
Yeah.
You have the HBO Max, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So are you like I was never ever a fan of Scooby-Doo when I was a kid. It just was like, to me, like the worst cartoon, right? Were you a fan of Scooby-Doo? Were you a fan of Scooby-Doo at all?
Yeah, hell yeah, I was.
Okay, so on HBO Max, there is a series called Be Cool Scooby-Doo. Be Cool Scooby-Doo, right? And there's fucking like 50 episodes. And I guarantee you, it's the best Scooby-Doo you've ever seen. It's fucking hilarious. Okay? And you know how Scooby-Doo's always figuring out mysteries and ghosts and stuff like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Solving those kind of things. You should if you still want to watch more stuff after you watch the Addams Family, I'm telling you, pull up that Scooby-Doo, everybody will be rolling. It's so good.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah.
Since I watched, I'll tell you what, since I watched that Scooby-Doo series, not being a fan of Scooby-Doo, I've watched every Scooby-Doo movie that I could get my hands on since then. So,
wow.
Yeah. It's a great series.
Okay. Yeah, well, I want to let Cleopatra know,
Yeah. Be Cool Scooby-Doo, in case anybody's missed that.
Be Cool Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
All right. That's good stuff, man. So, hey, did y'all get hit with some crazy weather?
It dumped some rain yesterday for sure, like all day long.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's been crazy here because it's drifting this way. So.
Well, it tends to do that.
Sucks.
Oh well, it's not freezing yet there, right?
No. It's just starting to get chilly. Like I think we got our last grass cutting done, so
I hear you.
I'm assuming, but yeah, man. But besides that, dude, complain, man. I had a long
It wouldn't do you any good, anyways, Brandon.
No one cares, man. At the end of the day, last thing I want to do is deal with a bitching neighbor. And you're like, oh hell, what the hell did she do to him yesterday?
Fucking have a bong hit and chill out, dude.
Oh, he can't do that because he'll whoop his ass. Yeah, he sits and tucks. Yeah. But anyway.
Speaking of which, what are you smoking?
Oh, you know what? Some Bubba Fat.
Ah.
Yep. And that's what I'm smoking today. Some Bubba Fat.
That sounds pretty awesome, dude.
I'm still scared of these fucking edibles I got, man.
Scared?
Jesus. Well, not scared like that, but like, man, Mark, first time I had one, I was on the couch and I swore aliens was touching on me.
You only had one? You only had one?
Yeah, it's like 30 milligrams.
It's just because it's the first time you ate it and you're not used to it, Brandon. You know,
Yeah,
that's all.
exactly.
I mean, I had a really big brownie from somebody, you know, and I'm telling you, I heard the trees sing, right? And then they got mad at me because I could hear them. And but again,
How dare you?
yeah, I was like, who invited this fucker?
I know, right?
So, it's just a matter of, you know, the first time, or the first time in a long time. It'll throw you off a little bit the first time. How many?
Oh yeah, well, you know that. Yeah, I've never had none like that strong.
How many of them do you have?
I got some. I still got like a whole. I think I only ate like one of them. So I got like 9 or 10 left. Something like that. Yeah, I mean, they're good. I just been like busy, you know, like my wife back in college.
You got to give one to Ty. You got to get Ty to eat one.
Oh no!
Yes.
Jesus. No,
Yes.
Christ, man.
Yes.
Mm-mm.
I'm telling you.
Not the Holy Trinity. Man.
She's gonna be giggling her ass off. You need to do
Yeah.
that. Trust me.
Hey man, you know she's back in school taking a full load.
Well, then she needs to get the stress off for sure.
Yeah. Mhm. But yeah, they're pretty good though, man.
Yeah, it sounds like kick your ass. Something you're like
Oh,
when Brandon says he's afraid of something, you better listen because he ain't afraid of shit.
I was on the couch and it was like a school day. So my wife was in school. I'm by myself, and it's like, you know, I take it a little early, right? And next thing I know, man, it's like 12, 1 o'clock, and I'm on the couch, and I'm like, aliens are touching me. I'm like, I see y'all. Y'all are real. I'm just talking. It was weird, man. I was stoned, bro.
This is
I
what
was
I'm
stoned
telling you,
out my
people, about the veil being pulled aside. The wonder's all around
Yeah.
us. You just have to pull the veil aside to see it.
Oh, yeah.
That's funny. It sounds a little bit, it does sound a little bit scary, Brandon. But I'm surprised you're scared. But I would think you just start, hey, I'm going to kick you motherfucker's ass.
Well, you know what? I don't know. It's kind of new to me, and sometimes I just want to chill. You know what I mean? Yeah. Well, yeah, man, but that's it, Mop. You know, if you want to call us and shoot the shit with the boss. All right?
What's that?
I just called to shoot the shit with you, man.
Hey, Brandon, it's always good to hear from you. I'll tell you when you don't call, I miss you.
All right, brother. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, well, tell Ty what Mike said.
Okay, I will.
All right, good. You do it. I'm telling you, tell her I said she'd be giggling her ass off, and I'm telling you, she will be.
All right, brother.
It's good to hear from you.
All right, man. You too, boss.
Have fun.
All right.
Be cool, Scooby-Doo. Don't forget. Be cool, Scooby-Doo. Be cool, Scooby-Doo. I'm telling you, if you have HBO Max, when I was a kid, Scooby-Doo was the worst cartoon. I love cartoons. Oh my God, I love cartoons. Scooby-Doo sucks. And this Be Cool Scooby-Doo, I think it was done in 2015, 2016. Sounds about right. And it's got this this new girl voicing, new woman voicing Velma? Thelma? I think it's Velma. And her name, the one voicing her, is named Kate Micucci. And if you don't know Kate Micucci, she is a gifted comedian. And that's partially what made me go to look up all the Scooby-Doo movies, was because I thought, I saw this series, right, Be Cool Scooby-Doo, and I was like, oh man, fuck, this is great. It's drawn a little bit differently. I like the way it's drawn a little differently, and the characters are so goofy, you know. In the past, like, the characters seem very straight, you know, very shallow, and this is hilarious. So, but this Kate Micucci, I was like, why is this so different from the other Scooby-Doo's, right? And I look at the cast, and I see this Kate Micucci join the cast as Velma, not Daphne, it's Velma, I think it's Velma. And she joined the cast as Velma, and I was like, man, you know, I wonder how much she has to do with the writing with the show, because like I said, she's a gifted comedian. And so I went and I looked up the movies, and I saw that she was in like half of the new movies. And I was like, fuck yeah, I started watching them. I was like, but I didn't watch all of the new ones. I just watched the ones with Micucci in them. Because I like Micucci. I love Micucci. So if you're looking, and you're looking for something to watch with the kids on Halloween, Scooby-Doo, this one, I guarantee you, will make you laugh. It cracks me up. Be Cool, Scooby-Doo. Pretty sure that's it. So, we should play another video. That's it, Be Cool, Scooby-Doo. Yeah, that's some good shit, man. What year does it say? It says 2015. I was right. Can't highly enough recommend it. Actually, I've been rewatching it again the last week or so. That's how good it is. It's hard to find stuff that's good. Hard to find stuff that I enjoy. All right, I have this video about a safe Halloween. Did I play that one? I think I did. I'm going to play this video about parental hesitancy, and I'm going to heat up the bong, and I'm going to have another puff with you before we go along our way. And I owe Don Lemon a bong hit. Just in time. I got the one for Jackie Cat. I mean, I could have a couple more, but I owe Don Lemon a bong hit. You're so nice, Don. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. So I'm going to play this video about parental hesitancy, and
former New York Governor Andrew
Trump won the election. Among the suspects' possessions, this is real, a white privilege card. I want you to take a look at this. It's a fake white privilege credit card. Subtitle, Trump's everything. The card holder, scot-free, with 2 T's. Scot-free is actually spelled with 1 T, but, you know, 2 T's on that card. That one piece of evidence, an insight into the man's state of mind, that he can get away with anything because of his skin color.
That one piece of evidence of his state of mind is that he can get away with anything because of his skin color. Or that maybe he has a sense of humor, right? Scot-free, spelt with 1 T. Unless you're using it as a name, then it would be spelt with 2 T. He's such a fucking know-it-all, snarky little twat that he's like, oh, it's spelt with scot-free is spelt with 1 T. Well, unless you're using it as a name, right? Then it's spelled with 2 T's. Dumb shit. No offense, Don. I'm not talking about you. I really appreciate you. I just think that snarky little twat needs to be like laughed at from time to time. So I will be back with a fat puff, and thanks so much for tuning in. If you want to keep this going and you want me to do a fat puff in your honor, it is Dabs for Donations Friday, Trick or Treat episode, and I am doing fat dabs for anyone who makes a contribution to Mox News. So if you'd like a little piece of that, there's ways to do it. There are multiple ways to do it. I will be playing a video now about parental hesitancy, not in going trick-or-treating in the middle of a deadly plague, but about other things in the middle of a deadly plague, which I find fascinating. First responders, parents, there's, I really wonder how many people have actually been vaccinated in this country. Okay, parental hesitancy. I'm going to heat up the bong if you want to have a puff with me. Be right back.
In HealthWorks, a new survey shows hesitancy among parents to get young children vaccinated against COVID-19. FDA advisors voted on Tuesday to recommend the shots for kids 5 to 11 years old. Advisors at the Centers for Disease Control are expected to mirror that decision as early as next week. But just 27% of parents surveyed by the Kaiser Family Foundation say they plan to vaccinate their young children as soon as possible. 66% of the respondents cited concerns over the vaccine perhaps impacting their child's future fertility. That worry is relatively new. In January, only 3% of surveyed adults were worried about perceived fertility issues associated with the vaccine. Most healthcare experts agree with the FDA that benefits of the vaccine outweigh risks in children and say there is no evidence that fertility problems are among those risks. More than 86% of active duty U.S. military members are now fully vaccinated against COVID-19. The Pentagon says overall, the total number of U.S. military forces vaccinated is only 68%. That number includes reserve forces and National Guard members. 82% of that group, though, has received at least one dose of the vaccine. The FDA is changing the way it regulates breast implants. This move comes after the agency reviewed 2019 testimony from women who said their doctors did not adequately warn them about the potential health complications of implants. The FDA said it decided to restrict the sale of breast implants to only healthcare providers who offer patients a checklist of the risks. Doctors will now be required to walk their patients through potential problems and have them sign off on that checklist. The list will also explain symptoms some patients with implants have experienced, which include fatigue, joint pain, tiredness, brain fog, and memory loss. Also, a new boxed warning on the implants will now inform women that implants do not last a lifetime.
A warning on the box that breast implants do not last for. Breast implants do not last forever. Do you think that most women see the box that the breast implants come in? I don't know. I think you're beautiful just the way you are. So don't do it for me. That's all I'm saying. Okay? If you want to and feel that you need to do this, you do what you need to do. I think it's very dangerous. I think it's completely unnecessary surgery in 90% of the cases or so. Maybe a little less than maybe 85% of the cases. So don't do it for me. I think you're beautiful just the way you are, and I hope you stay that way. Let's have a fatty. Oh, and by the way, Dawn, I want you to know that I think you have a beautiful name. And that it's very lyrical, and I thank you very much for your help. Okay, and I think you have a beautiful name. I'm kind of jealous. Absolutely lovely. Tea! Coffee! I'm telling you, I'd make an excellent pharaoh. Did I do the COVID safe Halloween? I'm not sure. Let me think. COVID safe. Did I just play the COVID? No, that was parental hesitancy. So I think that, as I said, I can completely understand parental hesitancy when it comes to just about everything. You know, I mean, you have to let your kids figure out stuff and play hard and get hurt, because that's how you learn. That being said, you know, I just couldn't imagine being concerned all the time, you know, having this, which is why you're hesitant, right? I really don't want you playing football. You know, I see bad things happen, which, you know, I just couldn't imagine letting your kid play football. But I can't imagine letting your kid go trick-or-treating in the middle of a deadly plague. Which is why I don't have kids. I don't want to have kids. I don't want to think about those things. I need to send some seeds to Jackie Cat. Jackie Cat, you need to tell me what kind of seeds I sent you. You need to tell me, because I can't remember. I didn't write it down. So you need to tell me what kind of seeds I sent you so I can send you some more that aren't duplicates. And did you use all the seeds I sent you already? It doesn't matter. So I guess I will. I don't know if I played that video about the Halloween COVID safe. Should I play another video? Should we wait and see if there's another phone caller? Because there's not. The do not disturb is not on the phone. If you like to call, you're more than welcome to call. It was nice to hear from Brandon. And again, he said that he has 2 little girls that are trick-or-treating age. In case you missed it, I think he said 9 and 11. And he said that they don't want to go trick-or-treating. And I think staying at home and doing movie night, I think that that's awesome. I think it's the kind of thing you can do all the time. Oh no. Speaking of ghouls. Hello, caller.
Michael, this is Steve McClanahan. What the fuck do you have on your head currently?
Hat.
That's a cat?
A hat. It's a hat.
Oh, that's a hat. Okay. Michael, I just woke up. I had a rough day and stuff, but I'm going to call you back, give you a fucking competency test here shortly. Alright, so I just want to let you know that I got to take a piss and shit. And call you back.
Thanks for sharing. Talk about ghouls and trolls, right? So, where were we? I love my Pharaoh hat. Tea! I could do that all day long. So I hope that you are planning a lovely weekend, or not planning, just enjoying. You don't have to plan it. Just enjoy a lovely weekend. And I'll tell you that if you were eating enough cannabis, it'd be much easier to just enjoy your weekend. So you know, because you're not eating enough cannabis. Not you, Jackie Cat. And I think that it's not just a matter of not ingesting the cannabis, you know, like smoking it or whatever. Smoking is fine, but there's just so much more benefits you get from eating it. So I hope that Brandon does another one of his cannabis treats very soon, because if I had the chance to be in touch with aliens, I'd be doing it. I would be doing that so fast. I'd be like, all right. But of course, I eat a lot of cannabis, and I don't see aliens much. I used to see objects in the sky. I think I used to spend more time under the starry night. Partially, I think that's it. But I haven't seen any for a while. But I used to see them a little bit. Little bit. I've seen a few really interesting things in the sky. But that's a story for another show. And I've talked about it before, so it's no big deal. So I guess we don't have any more callers, and you all have a weekend to get off to enjoying to start happen. So I don't want to keep you from your weekend, and I really want to thank you for tuning in and sharing your precious time with me and the rest of us. And that being said, we do this every Monday through Friday at 7 p.m. Pacific time, which means we'll be back on Monday, same Mox time, same Mox channel. And until then, stay cool, because one of these days, this war is going to end. Stay cool till then.
No matter which mouth you feed on a two-headed snake, it still shits the same turd. But lucky for you, you have Mox News. More than 10 years. More than 60,000 videos. Mox News has been filtering the nonsense and illuminating the bullshit from your mainstream media. Turn off your TV and turn on to Mox News. For over a decade, documenting the socio-political events that have etched and carved the pathways that define today's modern mess, Mox News has been providing clarity while faithfully bringing you today's relevant stories 100% commercial-free and subscription-free. And just like Lady Liberty vows to remain free. But at this time, we're asking you for your help, your patronage, and your support to keep the lights on and the videos rolling. For less than 17 cents per day, you can become a basic subscriber, knowing that your donation is truly making a difference that will help continue bringing the news stories that make a difference in your life. Turn on, tune in, and drop a couple dimes today by clicking the link below or visiting moxnews.com and show your support at any level. From a single one-time donation or dedicated monthly subscriber, do it now in less than 2 minutes. All donations are safe, securely processed, and verified using PayPal, Visa, MasterCard, American Express, or Discover Card. As always, we're sure you'll find something of interest each and every day. This holiday season, give the gift of Mox. moxnews.com.
I mean, this coalition of misfits, and they cobble together and they don't attack each other, they stay united. I wish the coalition of misfits, and they cobble together and they don't attack each other, they stay united. Coalition of misfits, and they cobble together and they don't attack each other, they stay united. Coalition of misfits, and they cobble together and they don't attack each other, they stay united. Coalition of misfits, and they cobble together and they don't attack each other, they stay united. Coalition of misfits, and they cobble together and they don't attack each other, they stay united. Coalition of misfits, and they cobble together and they don't attack each other, they stay united. Coalition of...
Sometimes life can be a little overwhelming. Sometimes the weight of the world can be too much to bear. Sometimes you need to stop worrying and take a deep breath. Sometimes you need cannabis. Introducing Brightside, high-quality cannabis delivered right to your door. Brightside offers an extensive menu of strains and products to meet your needs. Choose the experience you want, and we'll send you the dankest herb, the real sticky icky, some top-shelf marijuana. If you like what we send you, keep the whole jar. We'll even include some nugs for you to blaze. As part of Discovery, you'll get to try new strains and products. Side effects may include euphoria, increased appetite, uncontrollable giggles, elevated sensitivity to musical dopeness, and reduced anxiety. Tetrahydrocannabinol may also induce feelings of existential well-being and relentless optimism. With a Brightside subscription, you can get it once a month, once a week, or whenever you want, all at a price you'll like. And yes, this is a real company.
Do you know who I am?
You're the wizard.
Ask your doctor if cannabis is right for you. It probably is. Keep it Brightside.